Hi guys, welcome back to Lady Aquatica. Today we're going to do a quick little video. I've got this large colony of green and blue tip torch. I bought it about a year and a half, 2 years ago with 2 heads. And as you can see here, the heads in the middle, where's my finger? There it is. These 2 heads right here, they're on the smaller side, but they are not really opening much anymore. They're likely getting shaded quite a bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove those two heads. It's gonna help them survive because otherwise they're eventually gonna perish due to lack of light. I did have a similar situation with my gold hammer over here. There was a head on this side here that was getting shaded, and technically it was 2 heads. One of them did end up dying because of the shading, and then the other one has survived because I did manage to cut it in time. So anyway, if we take a look from this view here too, I might even take a couple heads off the back there, but so far they seem fine. They're getting enough light. So my biggest concern is really going to be these 2 at the front. So yeah, I'm going to take out the colony and I'll show you next steps. Okay, so I took the coral out and it's in a bucket right now. Few of the tentacles have already broken off. They're pretty delicate, so you have to be careful, especially if you lift them outside of the water. So you know how I thought that they were fine at the back? Well, turns out I was too late. This guy right here is already dead, so he likely didn't get enough sunlight or LED light and ended up passing away, because that was the one back here is the one that I was able to see when I was looking at the back of the tank. So anyway, this one is dead, as you can see, probably has been for a while. And I'm gonna go ahead, I might remove them, haven't fully decided, but I know I want to get these 2 off, these 2 right here. So I'm gonna cut them off with bone cutters, and then I'll get back to you. I need 2 hands for this. Okay. All right, so I decided I was going to cut it using the bandsaw because my bone cutters are not big enough, and it's really hard to just get these 2. When you look at it, they're really tiny little stubs, and I have a feeling I'm gonna have to cut this entire section off. So, I mean, let's go ahead and do it. As I mentioned, I had to cut an extra few heads in order to get these 2 off. But yeah, I guess I'm just gonna frag those and sell them off. Okay, so now all I'm doing is adding some Reef Dip iodine, because I did create a lot of cuts, a lot of injuries. Unfortunately, I even dropped it, so it's probably really unhappy with me. I don't know how, but pretty much the plug, I was holding the plug and it came loose, and the whole thing came crashing down. So I think he's going to be a little pissed off with me for a couple days. Especially this middle one. You can see right here, he probably took most of the impact when it fell. He's not happy at all. But anyway, let's count how many heads we got here, guys. 1. This is technically 2, 3. I don't know. I'll count that as 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. About 16 heads at least. Anyway, just gonna have it sit in this iodine dip for 5-10 minutes, and then I'll glue it back to the plug that it fell off of, and we'll get some new plugs for the other ones. Alright, so what I've gone ahead and done is put some glue on these new frags and glued them down. This one is a little crooked. I just put it in the water so that the glue can start to harden. I made sure to cover any skeleton that was open with some glue, just to make sure. Some people say that like maybe an infection could happen. Anyway, just to make sure. Yeah, so this is an iodine bucket. I'm gonna let it sit for a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna cover any freshly cut openings with glue and put it down on, I don't know if I should use a new plug, but this is the one that it just fell off of, so I might just use this one. Why not? Okay. So that is now covered. I'm gonna dip that in water. And then we're gonna glue this. There we go. I think I got enough glue, guys. I think this is way too much glue. It's like I'm super afraid of what? It falling off again? There we go. All right, I'm gonna put this in water so it hardens a little bit. Time to add the colony back to the tank. There we go. That should be fine. While I was at it, I went ahead and moved some other guys over. So I moved this one. Let me focus. Move this one. This one's growing really nicely. And I added a couple more on this rock. They're not fully open, obviously, but gonna have like a mini torch garden right here. It's gonna look pretty good. Anyway, I'll give you guys an update on what this looks like tomorrow and the next few days. Hopefully that guy in the middle that got very damaged will survive. Fingers crossed, guys.
One eternity later.
So it's been about a week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks. I can't even remember at this point. The coral colony is doing well. The head in the middle still doesn't look 100%. Right now the lights are about to turn off, so the colony is closing up. I'm able to get a better view of the head in the center that got the injury, but I mean, it's still there, it's still recovering. And I'm just really happy that overall the colony is doing well. As for the frags that I cut off, all of them have survived except for that little one that I was trying to save. It wasn't getting enough light. It survived up until today, really. I think it's, 2 weeks since I filmed it. So survived 2 weeks, and then it just kind of peeled off, which I'm not entirely sure what that means. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.